Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install and set up PostgreSQL on your Mac operating system. So let's get started and let's see how we can do it. So first of all, open your favorite browser and search for PostgreSQL, and the first link which will appear here will be from postgresql.org. So we are going to click on this link, and straight away on this main home page you will see this download button. So just click on this download button where you can see the installer options. We want to install the PostgreSQL for macOS, so we're going to click on this macOS button, and here you will see the download the installer link under interactive installer by EDB. So just click on this download the installer link and you will be redirected to this enterprisedb.com website, and here you will see the latest version of PostgreSQL, and then you will see on which operating system you can install this PostgreSQL, right? So we are going to click the link under the Mac OS X, and once you click on this link or button, the PostgreSQL DMG file will be downloaded on your Mac operating system, which is around 341 megabyte at the time of making this video. So I'm going to click on this DMG file, and let me minimize this browser. And to start the installation for PostgreSQL, you just need to click on this PostgreSQL OS X file. So I'm going to just click on this file and then minimize this also. Now when you click on this file, macOS is going to give you this kind of warning, and it will say this PostgreSQL file is an app downloaded from internet. Are you sure you want to open it? Yes, we want to open it because we trust this app, and for this we need to provide our Mac's password which we use to log into our Mac operating system. So I'm going to provide that password and click on OK, which is going to start the installer. So you can see the installer is starting now, and now I can see the first setup window for the PostgreSQL. So for this first window, I'm going to just click on the next button. This will be the installation directory, so it will be installed in our library folder, and then there will be a folder called PostgreSQL and then the version of Postgre which we are installing, which is 18, right? So if you don't have the good reason to change this location, leave it as default and then click on next. And then these are the components which will be installed. So this installation will install the PostgreSQL server, pgAdmin tool, which is the graphical user interface tool using which you can interact with your PostgreSQL server. It's also going to install the command line tools and stack builder. So just leave everything as default and then click on next. And this will be the data directory. So the data directory is the same directory where PostgreSQL will be installed /data. So I will also leave this as default and then click on next. And then you need to provide the password. So it says, please provide a password for the database superuser Postgres. So this password will be used when you will try to connect to your PostgreSQL server. So provide a password which you can remember. So for now, I'm going to provide a very simple password. In my case, I'm just choosing the password root here, right? You might want to use some strong password if you want to be sure, right? Or secure. Once you provided the password and retyped your password, click on next. So on this next window, you will see the port on which Postgre server is going to run. And this is the default port on which Postgre server generally starts. So if you don't have the good reason to change this default port, leave it as default and then click on next here. And then you have some advanced options to select, and that option is for locale. In my case, I'm going to leave it as default. There are multiple locales which are available here, but choosing default makes more sense at this point, right? So click on next here, and these are all the settings you have selected. If you are happy with those settings, then click on next and then click on next once again, which is going to start the process of installation of PostgreSQL on your Mac operating system. At this point, you just need to wait for this progress bar to reach to the 100% mark or up to the end. So now at the end, I see this message which says completing the PostgreSQL setup wizard. At this point, you will also see this option which says launch stack builder at exit. So for now, I'm going to uncheck this because we don't want to start the stack builder, which is going to download the stack builder related stuff. We have already finished the installation of PostgreSQL. For now, we are good without launching the stack builder, right? So uncheck this checkbox and then click on finish button, which is going to finish the installation of PostgreSQL. So now at this point, when you click on the apps icon here, generally when you search for PostgreSQL, you should be able to see the PostgreSQL related apps here, right? Like pgAdmin and other apps. But for now, you're not going to see this because what this installation does is this installation is going to create a PostgreSQL folder and not the application into your applications folder. And for this, what you need to do is you just need to click on Go option at the top and then click on the applications option here, which is going to open the applications folder using the Finder. You can also open the applications folder using Finder. So click on the Finder icon here and then select the applications folder here, right? So when you search for PostgreSQL, you can see that PostgreSQL 18 is a folder and not directly an app, right? So when you click on this, you will see pgAdmin here, SQL shell here, which is PSQL shell. So these are the tools or applications which are installed, which are related to PostgreSQL. So when you click on one of these applications, for example, pgAdmin, I'm going to click on this pgAdmin and it's going to start this pgAdmin tool. You can see pgAdmin 4 is starting. Let me minimize this applications folder and you can see this pgAdmin logo here, and in few seconds the pgAdmin GUI will also start. So now this pgAdmin tool has been started, and when you click on this servers option, you will see this PostgreSQL 18, which is the version we have installed. So this is the server which is running and we want to connect to it, right? So here you will require the password which you have entered at the time of installation of PostgreSQL. In my case, I have chosen the very simple password, which was root. So I'm going to type that and then click on this checkbox, which is going to save my password for the next time, and then click on OK. And it's going to take that password and we are connected to our PostgreSQL 18 server. So you can see it's going to show you more options. Once this connection is successful, you can see a server is connected here, and this kind of interface will open once the connection is successful. So here you will see the database sessions and transactions and other analytics related to your server, and you will see the default database, which is Postgre, under your server, right? So from here you can create more databases, right? So this is the default database, which is the Postgres database. So to create a new database, right click on the database option and then click on create and then click on database here. And then this kind of interface will open. Here you can provide the name of your database, for example, DemoDB in my case. So this will be the name of your database and the owner of the database will be Postgre user. And Once you provided the name of the database, you can also do some other settings related to definition, security, parameters, and other stuff are given here, right? And this is the SQL command for creating that database. So once you are happy with the name of the database, click on save, which is going to create this database, and you can see this database has been created. Now this database is currently empty because it doesn't contain any tables. So just expand this database for now. And under schemas, you can create the tables, right? So expand the schemas section here. And under public, you will see the option called tables. So let me just maximize this. And this is the option you will see. And under tables, those tables are empty because there is no table in our database. So we are going to right click on the table option and then click on create and then click on table here, and we are going to create a very simple table. So here you can provide the name of your table. So the name of the table in my case will be, let's say, names. And then under column tab, you can add new columns. So for the first column, I'm going to choose the primary key for the table. So let's add the ID, which will be of type number, right? So from data type, you can select the data types from here. From this list, I want to choose the integer or number data type. So just search for integer here. So this is the data type integer, and this will be the primary key. So I'm going to just toggle this toggle button. You can also provide the default value. Let's also create one more column just for the demo, right? And then I'm going to name this column as name, and the data type here will be, let's say, varchar, or you can also give the text data type also. So let me to choose the text option here, and then once you select the data type, we can save our table. So once you have chosen the columns, just click on the save button, which is going to save the table with those columns. And once that's done, you will see one table under the tables section, which is called names, right? So from here, when you right click on your table and then select view edit data and select all data, if this table contains any data, it's going to show you in your PostgreSQL graphical user interface. For now, our table doesn't contain any data, so it's going to just show the empty table. So for now, this query is not going to give you any data because our table doesn't contain any data. But once your table have some rows, you will be able to see here, right? So this is how you can use pgAdmin tool to connect to your PostgreSQL server, right? I'm going to close this pgAdmin tool for now. So for that, we are going to open the terminal. So search for the spotlight and then search for the terminal and then open the terminal from here. And here we are going to cd into the folder where we have installed the Postgre, right? So if you remember, the default location was library, then the PostgreSQL. So just type Postgre and then press the tab key. It's going to auto complete the command. And then the version, we have installed the version 18, but in your case it might be different. So provide the version /bin and then press enter, and we are inside this folder. This is where our PSQL binary is available. So let's do ls here, and I can see this PSQL binary. So to run or connect to our PostgreSQL server using PSQL, just write ./PSQL and then -u for username. So just give -u space Postgres as user. Postgres is the default user as we have seen in the pgAdmin also, right? And then press enter and then provide the password you have used at the time of installation of Postgres. In my case, I have chosen root, so I'm going to provide that and then press enter. and this is the utility which is going to open this kind of interface. From here, I will be able to interact with the PostgreSQL server using the terminal itself. So this is how you can install PostgreSQL on your Mac operating system. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.